Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video guide for Ark Survival Evolved. Today in this video, folks, I'm going to show you how to tame a Stegosaurus in Ark. Now, this is a rideable creature, it is a herbivore, and it is a knockout tame. For this, of course, you can use berries if you want to. Just bear in mind that it will take a long time with berries, and you will need a saddle to ride it, and its preferred kibble is the regular kibble, as you can see right here. So that is what you will want to use for a quick tame. If you're going to use berries, be prepared, you will need a lot of narcotics to keep it knocked out for the process of taming. So let's have a look at what you will need for the saddle. You can craft it at level 26. Here are the requirements for a saddle. It is not that expensive to craft it at all. Now, the Stegosaurus is a good harvester of berries. It does have a good range on its tail swipe, which I will show you later. And of course, it can gather thatch and wood. Now, you can use a trap to lure it into a pitfall trap, but if you have a high vantage point, then that is actually better because you do not have to gather materials for a trap. So in this case, I do have a high vantage point that I can knock it out from, and so that's what I am going to do. You can use both the long neck rifle and darts, as well as a crossbow with tranq arrows. They're both just as efficient. The Stegosaurus does have a lot of HP, so there's no real threat of actually killing it before you knock it out. The other thing that you will want to have with you is some spiked walls, because once you knock it out, you want to protect it, especially if you are going for a high level Stegosaurus. Now, do bear in mind that the Stegosauruses tend to spawn in areas where creatures such as the Carnos and Rexes will spawn, and so whilst it is knocked out, there is a good possibility of such a creature aggroing onto your tame. Now, if you're going to place down spiked walls to protect your tame once it has been knocked out, make sure you have plenty of clearance, because don't forget, Carnos as well as the Rexes have quite a range on their bites, so you do want to cater for that. I would definitely bring a handful of spiked walls if you are on official servers. Now, I am going to do it on my own server. I'll show you the basics of knocking this creature out. Now, do bear in mind, this is a guide for newer players. Most people will know how to knock out and tame a Stegosaurus. One thing you want to be careful for is not to knock out your Stegosaurus, or any tame for that matter, when it is swimming, because you will most likely have it drown before you tame it up. Now, I'm going to wait for it to come back onto me. If it is able to run through the water, then you can start shooting at it again, because when it does fall out, the game will think it still has oxygen. If it is swimming, that means that the creature's head will be submerged, and therefore, after so long, it will drown out. So you don't want that to happen. The Stegosaurus does take quite a while to tame, and sometimes you may encounter that reloading glitch, which causes the long neck rifle not to load, which is a bit annoying. Also, before you do start taming up or knocking out your Stegosaurus, make sure that the area is clear. That is something I forgot to mention. It is quite important. You don't want any surprises sneaking up on you whilst you are focused on shooting your Stegosaurus with the tranks. So it should be pretty close to being knocked out now. There we go. Time to go and make a move on and make sure the area is still safe and clear. Okay, day again. So my Stegosaurus is happily sleeping down there. I did notice a little carnivore right here. Whilst it is tinier than the Stegosaurus, it can still pose a threat. We do not want it being hit. Now, the reason behind that is because if it does get hit, it will reduce the taming effectiveness, which will affect the amount of bonuses that we will get to the stats. We don't want that to happen. Further away from me, there is a Rex, so I do need to keep an eye out for that one as well. And let me just have a look over here, get rid of some of the meat that's weighing me down. For the purposes of keeping the video short and sweet, I will use a mod to starve out the Stegosaurus, and I recommend that you do this either naturally or with the use of mods. Now, if you are on official servers or servers that mimic official settings, what you can do is wait for it to naturally starve out. For this, you can use Dododex, which is an amazing app that you can find both for Android and iOS devices. It will tell you how long you need to starve a creature out before you put the kibble or whatever food in its inventory. It is an amazing app for taming as well as breeding. Now that my Stegosaurus is up, I will place the saddle on its back. Make sure you take the kibble out of its inventory as it will consume the kibble, and I will just quickly move it into a different direction just so I don't have to deal with the annoying Rex that is wandering further down the beach. So, two of the qualities that the Stegosaurus has: it is a big creature, it is a herbivore, but one of the biggest qualities is its long range on its tail swipe, and you can actually target one side or the other of the Stegosaurus. The other big quality that it has is that it tends to be quite tanky, so it can soak up quite a bit of damage. That is one of its uses for PvP servers especially. With that being said and done, that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful and informative. If you have, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already for more similar content from myself. And if you have just subscribed, why not check out some of my other videos and guides here on this channel? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when I upload new videos and content to the channel. Also, for those interested, you can always find me on the Sethtopia Discord. Links to this, of course, you can find down below in the video's description, as well as in a pinned comment from myself. Until next time, stay safe, folks.